Interesting thing about Panama, I mean, you're in tropical paradise on one end, and just an hour-and-a-half drive away, you're up in the mountains. 6,500 feet to 11,000 feet elevation. One of the main mountain communities, and one of the top travel spots in Panama actually, is a town called Boquete. It's a small little mountain town. The coffee here has literally ranked as the best in the world.
Not only were we right next to all these great fishing spots and right next to all these adventure sports, but just a couple hours drive south of here, we saw the World Surfing Championships, and I had very little exposure to surfing, so it was a really fun time there. We got to see some of the best surfers in the world compete, and then hang out at what was almost like a mini music festival with a big stage production.
One of the country's, and for that matter Latin America's, premier rock climbing experts resides right in Boquete. The guy's name is Cesar, and he is what can really be dubbed a world-class vertical artist.
We did some hikes in what's called the cloud forest, which I hadn't heard of the term before, but these are just rainforests that are really high up. The trees are enormous, and all of the plant life there is just 4 times bigger than what you'd see anywhere else.
The river circuit and the consistent rainfall definitely provides for some excellent whitewater rafting. It goes up to roughly class 3, which is big enough to give you the thrill that you're seeking, yet comfortable enough for you to, feel safe and that you're actually going to stay in the boat the entire way. Granted, we did lose someone while we were rafting, but she made it out just fine.
When you're in Panama City, it definitely does not feel like any Central American capital I've ever been to. I'm not going to say it's like Miami, but you can compare it to a first world country's capital, and it's it's not an unfair comparison.
Panama's got a very distinct layout. On one end, you've got the metro area, these thin skylines with towering skyscrapers, and just across the bay, you've got Casco Viejo, the old town that's been around for hundreds of years.
The area in Panama City where we stayed, Casco Viejo, is this really unique mix of old with new. You'd have really expensive houses right next to a building that's been there for 1,000 years, I'm sure.
You go from modern city to natural scenery in such a quick transition. And there's so many indigenous tribes that still reside in Panama, following traditions that have spanned back hundreds to thousands of years.